you told me you wanted to come out here tonight, I didn't think it would be so chilly. I know what you said, that we had to come on this exact day, but still, it's the worst kind of ambiance for this kind of stakeout, if you want to call it that. Well, at least we can roast a few marshmallows while we wait for nothing to happen. I like mine extra crispy, because if you can't get it hot enough, it's not going to melt the chocolate, obviously. It's like you've never made a s'more in your life. Let's see. It's really nice and gooey this way. Perfect. Okay, about this little stakeout, or whatever we're calling it. You'll have to explain to me again why we're here tonight of all nights. Yeah, I know the story, the urban legend of the killer at the summer camp. So spooky. But come on, you don't really believe that, do you? What happened, if it happened, because there's nothing. I mean, you know, records, even in the 1970s, sometimes weren't the best. I mean, it was the early 70s, but you know what I'm saying. If, and that's a big if, a killer were to have stalked some scouts and then murdered them in a tent only for the staff to find in the morning, why would we not know about it? I mean, if they were kids, it would have been all over the news. And yeah, this area, kind of the middle of nowhere. But come on. There is no way somebody wouldn't have figured it out. How to get that kind of story out in public. I couldn't even imagine. Kids' deaths get covered, splashed across the front page of every news site, and on the first story any news network is going to run. I mean, I guess the obsession with true crime that people have nowadays wasn't as rampant. People say innocence was lost at that time because people were just somehow realizing that you couldn't trust to have your children outside the house for an hour or two, and no sort of boogeyman was going to get them. So, scaring people with that kind of story and all of that media attention, yeah, it would have been invaluable. So I can't see why would be real, and we wouldn't know about it. A cover-up, really, of murders at a summer camp. Why would that be? That makes no sense. I just can't imagine this camp was that important or anything like that, the death of 3 young girls, 3 10-year-old girls, would be covered up to preserve the legacy of a summer camp that doesn't even exist here anymore. They really screwed that one up, if that's true. What was that? I'm just kidding. We're not going to hear anything or see anything in these woods tonight. I mean, I appreciate the impromptu camping trip before it gets really cold. And it's just not in the cards to do it for a few more months, but come on. I think we're going to be massively disappointed. Well, I don't mind accompanying my best friend on their interesting adventures now and again, right? Beats sitting at home watching Netflix, binging something again. Starting to get tired. I'm gonna turn in. Go to bed soon, okay? Go to sleep. Nothing's gonna happen. And I'll see you in the morning. Okay. Sleep well. Good night. Who dares to disturb my place on these grounds? I can't believe your kind would come and try to bother me in such a place on such a day. How dare you? It's all of you teenagers, adults, coming up here and thinking you can desecrate my little sister's resting place. This weapon is for my protection, but I should use it on you if you were to be so lucky. Everyone who has come up here has been so very silent for a reason. And what am I supposed to do with you? Huh? Do you want to know the story before I either kill you or you stay quiet forever? You don't have much of a choice. I thought so. It was in 1972. My sister came here with her two best friends for scout camp. Something so sunny and nice and beautiful. The sun was shining, birds chirping, kids laughing, and all the while that camp director was watching his victims, because unbeknownst to anyone there, he was a killer. A killer of children. A man who would take at least 35 years for him to try to return here after that camp fell into ruin. And I disposed of him as he should have been disposed of by the law years before, because a killer of children should not live, and those who want to come here and desecrate my sister's memory should not live either, unless you can shut your mouth. I will spare you. Well, that's a good question. It was hidden for so long because this murderous camp director was a pillar of the community. He was an upstanding family man who just wanted his kids in good schools, and for him to have a nice house, and for him to satisfy his urges by murdering little girls. And he probably killed more. We'll never know. He died screaming in these woods to no one, to silence, because I didn't care about his screams. All I heard were the echoes of the screams of my little sister that rang out here first. He screamed as he should have, and his body is so close, only about 100 yards over there. So, if you know what's good for you, don't dig anymore. You hear me? If you want your friend, the one I saw you with earlier, to live, to wake up tomorrow morning so you can roast marshmallows all over again in the future on the next little camping trip that's not at a desecrated place, then you go back to sleep and never utter a word of what you've seen or what I've said again. I trust that you'll do this because I don't kill innocents. Not if I can help it. You're going to pack up and get out as soon as the sun rises. Got it? Good. Now, I put out that fire outside so you can sleep. You have sweet dreams here, like always. And I expect you gone in a few hours' time. Goodbye.